for some reason, I have no clue why, that this channel is always the one that looks like it's gone weirdly. I really need to figure out how this works. Let's just hide a few channels so I can no longer be confused. But I'm back. It's been many months since I've casted on my own channel. People asking me questions. Bracket has Midori Sour on for right. Who made me host? Wow, that's rude. Giving me, That's a bit awkward. We didn't first pick, have either first or map pick. Did you want first pick or map pick? Well, that's awkward. Anyway, I am your host, V-Line Bus. I am back after many months on my own channel. I've done a few things on Plasties, but not my own since the end of the last NGS season, but I am back. Oh boy. I'm back. I had very much injured my hip, which is unfortunate to say the least. Yeah, I got a concussion about a month ago at this point. Over a month ago now, on the 20th of May, I got a concussion, so I was like, because I was considering streaming Diablo 4 for a bit, and that didn't quite go to plan. That really did not go to plan, as I kind of had to take a moment to myself and go, maybe streaming with a concussion isn't a great idea. So now I'm feeling better. I've still got symptoms, unfortunately, so it's not the best for me. And of course, it's just turning 7 a.m. in about a minute or so here this morning. So a bit tired, so my voice will be warmed up eventually. But ooh, my camera isn't working. That's fun. It's fun to know, isn't it? Is my stream even working? Probably it is. Good, just checking. Yeah, I'd recommend not getting concussed. Exactly, Goose. You know. You know, maybe getting concussed, not a great idea. I'll see if I can figure out my camera during the draft, which I don't know if we'll be getting into it soon. I just want to double check things. Tell me when people are ready. I tried it, not fun, and ripped the mic. What do you mean rip the mic? Is my mic dying? No. Oh, never mind. Oh, thank God. And hey, Tessidus, hope you're doing well this morning. Do we all are ready? Yep, so I'm just checking when everyone is ready. So hopefully we've seen enough for Lumi. Hi, welcome to the channel. First time chatter. It looks like one team is ready, which I kind of figured out because someone jumped into my actual chat and said hi. And let's go over to this view because I am... Oh, this feels new streaming... Manage stream. Yes, that's the button I want. Thank you. Thank you, stream. Oh god. Oh god, figuring everything out. Fear. There we go. Excellent. Yep. So just waiting on one team still, but I'm very much looking forward to this charity tournament. So every year we do a Girls Gank Squad does a charity tournament where, well... Sorry, I'm bad at multitasking. Apparently typing and playing at the same time is a bit too hard for me. No rock to banter with. I know, it makes things much harder. I'm flying solo, but funnily enough, flying solo very much is how I started out casting, and it's sometimes my preferred way. It is easier for me to just kind of talk to myself, but we are starting up. We are getting into Battlefield Eternity, and I just realized if I'm a lobby host, sometimes that means the game will be on Australian servers. Hopefully that hasn't happened, but we'll find out soon enough. But yes, as I was about to say before I get distracted, because multitasking, well, task switching, I guess, because humans can't actually multitask, but we'll ignore that, is, downhill. We are here for Trevor Project tournament, which Trevor Project is very much a charity tournament that we have done for the last 3 years in a row at this point. Yes, 3 years in a row, where every year we come back, try and fundraise some money for the Treasure Project, which is regarding prevention efforts it's focused on suicide prevention efforts amongst the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, Christian youth kind of communities itself, so very much protecting our LGBT people. Yes, and we do that every year. We do have the exclamation mark donate link if you do have the money or the resources, donate. If not, purely your time here is something at least getting it seen more. Man, I'm tired. This makes me like, oh, I'm ready for a nap, man. Again, it's 7 AM and I'm on my deeper I've just woken up voice, and hopefully we'll wake up soon enough. But we see Hanzo, Greymane Band, Vala, and Li Ming, so very much a more damage array of bands here. Variel, I am slowly doing it. I am trying my best, but it's not quite effective. And we see Hoku picking up Joanna first. Joanna, considered one of the stronger tanks, manages to make it through the first part of the draft. Let's just do this. Let's just go here. Cool, cool, cool. What do we imagine to see? I don't really know all these players. I do know what some people play. I kind of know the Girls Gank squad kind of regulars. I know Track 6, Hoku, Lumi are all ones that I've seen play recently. Haven't seen much more than that, but we see Brightwing, Lumi on Brightwing, and Raynor with Smart Killer. I don't know if is Lumi a heal player after. No, surely not. Oh, I guess all I've seen really is like Lumi play tank. Medivh. Why are they on Medivh? Actually, why isn't that banned? Wait a minute. Something's not adding up here. Sylvanas picked up, and Anduin picked up on the other side of things. So, relatively, alright, we're on a race style map. You're not going to necessarily do that. Raynor, we're probably going to see is going to be that, I can't remember what the talent's called. Either way, he's probably going to be the talent that lets him do more siege. That probably makes the most sense to me, at least. Just because you typically do see on race, and that means we see why that's Hanzo, Greymane Band. Artanis banned out, because unfortunately it's the only map that people like playing Artanis, and it's and it is going to be banned out. Apparently they don't like seeing us play Artanis, which is a bit sad to say the least. Oh, someone. That was so much louder. Thank you, Striker Killer, for donating $10 from Treasure Product. That ding was so loud in my ears. I don't think people understand. I was not ready for it at all. So ding. Ow. But we see Murden banned out. Actually, that is something that does pretty well on this map, just because he does have that hammer talent. He does have Sledgehammer at level 4, which does let him do 300% damage to immortals with his hammer. So actually it is a fairer tank to ban out, as it does have actual race potential in itself, and one of the few ones that do. But we see Fellstad picked up, and Hogger. Ooh, that's going to be a difficult one to deal with. Hogger is one of those ones where get a good spin on him, and well, it can kill anyone, minus that damage reduction as well, spell power reduction at 13 as well, and that makes team fights a lot harder for the team. I did not mute myself properly when I was drinking that, so you may have heard some loud gulps. Anyway, we do see it is going to be Chromie picked up by Trexus, and Sonya picked up. So I do like this right side. I don't know who wins race currently. Between Raynor and Velsa, those are pretty good heroes all in all, but we are still missing the tank from the side of Pina Colada, so we'll be seeing that shortly, and it does look like it is going to be an Uberak. Which I like beetles on this map. They actually can do a significant amount of damage to the immortal, and it appears stalling throughout all that. I finally got my camera to work, so you get to see early morning, very tired Lime. So I never actually addressed the rabbit on the screen. The rabbit to this side. Rabbit over here. Lumi says restart lobby. What? Draft didn't let us swap. Someone put it on. I didn't realize it wasn't a tournament draft. Everyone out of a pool. Oh, this is what happens when people put me in charge of a morning. I am tired, people. I am waking up. It is 7 AM. This is when, to be fair, this is when I normally start heading out to work. But it is early. But yes, I will dress for rabbit on this side of the screen. It is a pet rabbit that I had for a while. But yes, oops, technical difficulties. It is a GGS stream at the end of the day. So, well, at least we have that going on. I feel like it's good that I've streamed so much of PlayStation at this point, because I feel more confident on being actually on camera even by myself, which is a weird thing to say for the least. But yes, I feel like I'm about to get blamed for not putting on Tournament Draft, by the way, because, well, they put me in charge of a lobby and I did forget to change it over. I didn't double check things. If they put me in charge again, I'm blaming Lumi. They put me, I was like, don't do it. Don't you do it. I refuse to be in charge. Do not do it to me. Good. They figured it out. They're just gonna do it. It just looks like they're gonna do a normal draft, and then we just pick things from there. Which does make things a little bit easier for us. Yes. Wait. We have people who don't own heroes, then they cannot swap. Okay, we're going to have to go through the whole thing. Fortunately, they should remember more or less what they had picked, just because I don't. Someone doesn't have Chromie, so we do have to go through the whole draft again. So there does appear to be that there was going to be a swap, which is like, I haven't seen Trexix on Chromie before. That's an interesting one to see. But yeah, it looks like they are just going to power through the draft very shortly. I'm going to say I'm fine. Cards are good. So we will be getting back into that shortly. I will show them. Let's see how fast they can speed run this draft when it does start. It should be very interesting to see how quickly they can go. Indeed. What was my rabbit's name? I can't recall. This is an old bunny, but we are going to get into draft. I'm going to try to remember its name because, well, I'm horrible at it. But let's see how quickly we can get through this, shall we? Because this will be interesting to see the speed run. And it lets me drink off camera, which is even better. Not the fastest starts of a band phase I have seen, but we do see it's going to be Hanzo in the end. But then I believe it was Li Ming on the other side. Or Li Ming and Vala. There's Li Ming. Excellent. That's very snappy from the Pina Colada side. Midori Salad, realizing they're not starting to... What's a Grand Man bad before? Realizing they're starting to need to speed up their side of this speed run. You can see even Asmachat's going speed run, speed run, speed run. But Joanna, very quick insta-pick. Good start. The other two, I believe, was Brightwing Raynor here. Yep, excellent from them. Very, very efficient on the picks there. Sylvanas Anduin even faster than the other two. Ooh, we got a little bit of a speedy two here. Then I believe it was Artanis being banned out and Muradin on the other side. Muradin. Excellent. We then had... I can't recall. Yeah, that looks like it. Yep. I remember seeing these two now. That is a great start. Chromie and Elva picked Sonya, which they are going to swap, so that makes sense. And then we see it is going to be picked up by Anubarak. And then we're going to get to the swap phase, which does take its time still. So we'll be able to see Trexix and Elva swap. I don't know if anyone else plans on swapping, but that is what we have got. I should have figured out that was the case when that happened. I am being pinged multiple times because multiple people started streaming. Excellent. Now we're getting into it. So, looking at both these teams, they're actually relatively even at this state from what I'm looking at. I'm like, yeah. No, I'm very much a fan of what both these teams are bringing to the table. I may be kind of inclined to put it into Midori's sour favor, but they were technically the highest seeded one coming into this. But without further ado, we are in the game, so let's get into it and let's see how will I do by myself. Considering it has been many, many moons. Right, so on the side of Pina Colada, we do have Asma Chad on the Hogger, Tessidus, Falstad, Smort Killer is on the Raynor, DF Goose, Anubrak, and Lumi is on Brightwing. On the other side, we do have Track 6. Yes, it is Track 6 on the Sonya. We also see Alva, Chromie, Lieutenant Barrister on the Anduin. Evil Crown on the Sylvanas. And Hoku is routing things out on the Joanna, which I found out is her preferred role tank. Not the offlaner that I saw her play last time. We hear an early phase shift coming on out. I need to make sure I pause this over here. I'm getting a ping, which is really unfortunate timing. But yes, we do see that it is going to be a lot of fighting coming on out. Goose taking a lot of damage. Ooh. I know Anubrak is a tank, but you got to remember they are one of the squishier tanks. They only really stand up to spell damage, if anything. Spell power they can do pretty well into, but they do get hurt by quite a... Oh, Goose, that was not worth the spray. Nothing accidentally clicked on Fellstar partway through, haven't I? I was going to open up talent and have a look. Oh, nice shield bash by Hoku. Excellent stuff there, but we can see Fellstar already 11 stacks of that Hammerang at level 1. Gathering Storm, actually, at level 1, it's called. Raynor did end up going the Exterminator, so they are the race building. Oh, let's have a look what's happening down here. There is a camp invade. Hoku now on the wrong side of the wall trying to interrupt, and that was a bit of a flawed attempt, but you did have everyone step off the map at once. It's kind of a, yeah, we were going to figure that one out, and it looks like Hoku will be going down here. Unfortunately, the pull not quite in time by Anduin, but it does happen. So, First Blood does go over to the side of Pina Colada. I do also want to mention that Chromie's going Cuba. I do like it. I do like it for race. The extra sand does well for it. And I imagine we're going to see slowing stands in that instance. It just stops. Maybe not. Maybe you do have to see rewind. Brightwing doesn't really have a true unstop. She does have a cleanse, but not an unstop. And what? Hogger can unstop for... Hogger has movement, Tess has movement, Lumi has movement, and Goose has movement. So all four of those heroes have movement abilities to get out of sand. So maybe you go rewind. And rewind does give you that very good single target burst option. We see everyone's disappeared. Okay, no, never mind. We got 2 still in mid lane. We got 3 on this one camp, 2 on this one camp, and of course the true eternal conflict, the off laners doing their thing top. Also, Track 6 is currently out clearing Asma Chad, so Asma Chad getting actually bullied a little bit. So often you do see Hoggers get bullied. Very unfortunate to not quite go fully into the wall there. No stun, but Track 6 took a hell of a lot of damage in that one instance, and it looks like they want to do the top camp. Asma Chad realizes what's happening by seeing Anduin there, but it means they are going to be later on the race than the other team. Look, we've already seen that is a huge chunk of a Red Immortal out of it already. So we see Traxxas coming down to interrupt. You can see it's a full-on rotate, but you will need someone still to race, just because this is a map where it is early on. Goose actually goes down. Nice double stun on their way out. However, Tessidus barely living. Fortunately for them, Sylvanas' arrows go to the closest target. And I really need to figure out who this Sylvanas is, because I do not know their name. I'm in streaming mode. I can't. Charity General. But yes, the race once again coming out. But this is, you need someone racing a little bit in these situations, just because, well, it's not the easiest. I think it's Lila. Oh, he goes down again. You can see that there was a little bit of race coming up from Traxxas at the end, but they really needed to be on it earlier. They missed so much potential of burn in that first thing. We could see that they had 3 people doing camp up until basically the side of Pina Colada got their immortal to the about a third of the shield off that immortal, which really is just burnt time. So you now see a defense has come out. Oh, nice hit by Elva there on the wait, maybe Elva's Lila. I can't remember. Either way, we do see that it is going to be a lot of damage coming. I'm looking at wrong team. No, that is really just their name, huh? That makes things far more difficult for me. Evil Alvi. Alvi? Doing well on that Sylvanas so far. Does have to blink out. We do see a stun on Tahoku, but no really follow-up on them because, well, they did have a blind out on the enemy team. We do see it is going to be 7v7. We are going to be pushing them back out. And honestly, that could have gone much worse if you are Midori Sour, because there is a lot of upfront siege damage that is provided by the side of Pina Colada. Think they go by Crown. Thank you. That's actually very helpful. Crown then, I'll call them, doing their best to absolutely make sure that they're doing the most effective damage they can. But again, this is a lot of siege. They have battles with them. I think they just lose the building here because I don't think Sonya can defend this on her own. Yep, we can see Traxxix not willing to go in. And there isn't even a trade happening at the time. So we see the Traxxix stance. We can see the building go down. And we can see all that has happened. Bottom is a camp being taken. And now there is a full, almost a full 4-man rotate. But it is just going to be Felstar staying up a little bit. Figuring out what they want to do. Yep, they're going to stay top and deal with the Sonya. Also, we do see Rewind on the Chromie. But this is now not a safe place for them. We do see Dive coming out by Goose. Pull coming out by Lieutenant Barista onto that. Don't know about that one, Chief. Yeah, so you need to do it roughly. My general rule of thumb for the Chromie combo off that is like when there's roughly 1/3 of the clock left on the Rewind, that's when it is best to do it. Hi, I am Lime. I was a Chromie main for a long time. Do not look at what heroes they play now. It's become far more degenerate. But very much, I played a lot of Chromie for a while. Oh, Traxxix hitting Tessidus. All while we do see Asmachad spinning above. Let's just zoom it on out so we can see that is happening out there. Yeah, there we go. There's his camera work coming on back. Look at that. Woo! He does get it every now and again, and man, he is still tired. But I am at least waking up a little bit, which is good news for everyone. Right. The Immortals, relatively even, still in favor for the side of Pina Colada. They do just have that little bit better burn. Sand coming on out. I really need to get back into streaming more. I really enjoy it. I don't know why I've been leaving it so long, but Hoku goes down. Unfortunately, there's a lot of damage. Nice silence by Crown there. 5 people, and Tessidus barely holding on. Sylvanas gets cocooned for the efforts. We do see there is going to be a lot of damage going out. Traxxix Alva low. Unfortunately, Anduin goes down. That is going to be a stun onto Crown. Crown does use the Haunting Wave to get out, but no. Asmachad used Hortipult. Goose just uses normal dive, and that is a very dead Sylvanas, unfortunately for them. Right, and yeah, it's gonna be race going over to this. I was gonna say, Tessidus, do not die to the Immortal Stun. That would probably be the worst way to go. And we do see it lands, we do see the healing orbs come out, and man, we are going to get ready for it. I may stream more later today. I may do that. Just it has been a while. I do kind of want to get back into the swing of things. It may be a nice time. We can see there is just Immortal and Hogger pushing here, but top there was a 4-man attempt. We do see a gust coming out, right, as I believe Light Bomb and Leap were used. So sorry, I was a little bit slow on that. Tracks are getting pivoted all the time. Does spear on the Smart Killer. Now Chromie. Too late. Still got the kill. Maybe it's my ping that means I have to do it 1/3 left. Didn't consider that. That's probably something to consider. But we did see bottom building went down at the time. But they did effectively push back the push top. And we can see that they're slowly catching up on the soak itself. Right. That wave will be going down. Sonny doing best and does melt it. On top, they are still getting a push on, but no, are going to be forced back. Alright, Sylvanas helping clear up this camp. We do see W coming through it. Nice kill onto minion wave, and that is going to be them. Oh, Raynor Hourglass. But no, there's no one there to follow up, so he will be safe. They do just see the team of Midori Sour back on out. Where are we going? Oh. Asmo Chat has been found. I was going to say, I don't think Hogger dies here. Here's Spin. Here's, shit, yep. Water Pulse if need be. Tessa has been very aggressive. Oh, but that is going to be a jump onto Smart Killer. That's a Wailing Arrow taking him down. We can see a lot of damage coming through. Elva didn't quite angle it, so it did go into the no man's land. That is the map itself. Oh, Crown goes very aggressive. And we're not in a position to heal them. And we can see a help ping coming on out, but it's a little bit too late for them. And unfortunately, that is a lot of race going down. Anduin is the one being cocooned here. Excellent cocoon target by Goose, because Traxix now goes down. Lucian Barista realizes there the one going down next. And that is what was a bad start to the fight for the side of Pina Colada will turn around and be a good end to Midori Sour. Spin coming on through, and no, they won't get it. Luminaire says Poggers in the chat, which, welcome Luminaire, hope you're doing well this morning. But very good kill by them. Hoku is going to have to reset, but man, this is a very good match so far for the side of Pina Colada. They're doing great, and thank you for that, Luminaire. My brain is waking up, man. It is early morning for me. Not as early as Plasty, but it's still early morning for me. And we can see that it is aggressively sided, so the red team will have to step up if they want to defend. And now we're at the point where it is worthwhile defending. Doesn't look like we're going to do so, however. Hoku actually takes a decent amount of damage for stepping up. But they do back out in the end and will be fine. Actually, this race is closer than expected, considering how much advantage that the side of Pina Colada had. If you got a few blinds in there, potentially it would have been far easier for them. We do see the stun coming on out, and it does hit Hoku in the butt. Help ping coming out onto the bottom area. Hoku blinds the Immortal, but it's not quite there to take damage. And once again, we do see a split push coming in the opposite lane of the Immortal itself. They're a bit more patient this time, haven't quite shown yet. Now they show with the Hyperion, with the full damage. At this point, I think it may be a little bit too late to save the building. We can see that there is a full rotate coming up, but yep, that building already gone. Very unfortunate. You do just need to focus your efforts on the Immortal lane now to make sure you do still have something to protect from that next Immortal if it does happen to be not in your favor. But as the game's gone along, it has been closer and closer. Maybe next Immortal is where Midori Sour takes over. Ooh, I was like hoping for a Blessed Shield there. I thought Smart Killer stepped up a bit too much. Nice 5-man blind. Hoku does barely give it Iron Skin off. You can see Crown going directly in the team. Light Bomb onto them. Nice reactive Light Bomb by Crown. We can see that Smart Killer and Tessa is being forced to back up because they're so low. There's the Gust. A little bit BM by Tessa here. Maybe not the most necessary of Gusts, but it did happen in the end. But man, we are getting a very good performance from Pina Colada so far. They did map pick, so they are looking like they have at least practiced this one a little bit. Or at least they had the chance to practice this one somehow. I don't know. I don't know what the teams did for practice. I know I think a few teams just did a lot of games together. I think 1 or 2 teams managed to get a scrim in somehow. Question mark. But either way, they did. And sorry everyone, I will try and mute myself when I go to drink in time, but I was a little bit slow on the uptake there. Yes, I am a little bit tired, a little bit slow, a little bit sloppy. But we do see, I will show talents just for those who are interested, because I know it's been a hot minute since I have. I think last time was level 8 on Chromie. So yeah, it's been a little bit. Let me just do this. And we do see now that, yeah, Minion Wave is going down. And we are looking at, just to quickly take top, we do see Hyperion's back up. We do see Gust is up. Why not just hit the building and open things up and make it as easy for yourself as possible? It should, yeah, I was gonna say there should be at least a few more major cannon blasts, but yeah, we can see it does go down in the end. Alright, minion gets hit in. We can see the soak being slurped on up by Smart Killer. Polymorph coming out from to Joanna. Goose now realizing they may have made a little bit of a mistake. Unfortunately, no damage follow-up onto them, but we can see somehow it is going to be Felstar going down. Track 6 is the one put into the cocoon. Asmachad very much wanting Elva, but no kill onto them. You can see Hoku is in trouble. Does take a double stun. And when unfortunately a little bit on the 2 on the Immortal. I don't even know if they tried to rotate up that it would get there in time. We see Haunted Wave come through, and that is Sylvanas going down. They're out of mana. They did give Haunted Wave, and we see Chromie going down now. And what was looking alright turned out to be, once again, has not gone in the favor of Midori Sour. They had a good start to the fight, but for some reason, everyone just kind of fell apart. And now we can see it is an end call by the side of Midori Sour. And even I think chat realizes it, as GG is being called by L'Oreal, and we can see the chat is going down. Anduin does manage to run into the safety of their core. I don't think they can stop this. If anything, you need to kill Smart Killer, but you have to get through Goose and Azichan. We see Hoku coming in out. Maybe they can help slow things down. Just go for backline. Oh, actually, it is a little bit of a falter. I don't know if they can fully end at this point. Felstar is flying in. Stun onto the tank. We can see Gus coming out. 2 kills, leap, 3%, unfortunately Hyperion was on the core, so that really will be it, but it looks like almost, if those respawns came in a few seconds earlier, it may have been a feasible defense for the side of Midori Sour. So let me update the scores before I forget, because I know I've been a bit slack on those as of late. Yeah, sure. Pina Colada won the first map of Battlefield, which I'm keeping track of it anyway for my own sanity, but I don't need to do it too closely. I'm aware that I just need the scores. So in terms of stats, how many yours can I get of the stream? That would be the stat to count, wouldn't it? But no, we do see it as a... In terms of kills, it was actually a bit more even than expected, considering it was such a considering if you looked at the map, it did seem like a one-sided affair, but it did take them a while to get there. We are at the 15, almost the 16-minute mark at this at the juncture. We did finally end, but it was very good stuff by the side of Pina Colada. We can see that in terms of siege, track 684,000, Raynor 70,000, actually doing a little bit more than a Hogger, but that is inherently what that build does. That Raynor build does do a decent amount of siege, and we can see in terms of Soak, that was 13k Sonya, about 11k Hogger as well. Hogger was at least running the off lane. In terms of hero damage, 56k Hogger had most of their team. Sylvanas 52,000, incredible stuff. But Brightwing Lumi did 71,000 healing to absolutely make up for it. And Anduin did have a little bit of a rough time, only 31,000. But between them getting cocooned and just all the focused damage, it was a bit hard for Anduin to heal it all up. They did try their best though, and Barista can at least say that. In terms of builds, everything is relatively I take it back. But you know what? Considering most of the fighting isn't in the lane itself, I don't hate Greater Polymorph. I actually don't hate this, unironically. I do think still you want Hypershift more often than not, but in this map, maybe it is for play. Other thing to note is Hogger to go standard build. Sylvanas very much went to the Q one, but I do wonder if we wanted the Q at 7 just because that gives more single target. I do like the Chromie build. I'm always hearing about Gnome's speed ahead. I do like the ice block on her or timeout. Hello, says Goose. Welcome, Goose. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, everything else relatively stands so far. So let me go back to me. Which, man, I looked at the camera and go, I look tired. It doesn't help I have poor lighting in here. Literally, the light is kind of behind me. I'm not a professional streamer by any means. I do not have, like, a ring light on my camera. I barely have a good I barely have a camera. I'm just borrowing a housemate's. And I want to set it up properly. I just forgot to plug it in. It happens. I forgot to plug in the camera. But I got it working at least. But I borrow it every week when I do GGS. And it looks like we'll be going to Towers of Doom next. So there's obviously some GGS influence in there. Because, man, people know that for GGS, this is often we end on this map. So, man, they are going to be going there. My hair's a mess. I feel like it'd be this morning, huh? But yes, we are going to be slowly trickling on in. If anyone makes me host again, don't. I'm going to call out who did it the first time. Got my eye on you, person. People in the game who are in chat absolutely know who it is. That's the thing. People absolutely know who it is. But I'm like, I'm not going to say it. Good. They've learnt their lesson. Because I absolutely did not change the tournament draft because I did not realize that was wrong at the time. And it looks like it was map pick by Pina Colada. So Midori Sour is going to have first pick once again. And hopefully they manage to get some heroes where it helps them. I am at... I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm not going to say it out loud. Because I know not everyone knows what everyone does in these lobbies. So I don't really want to spoil the fun for anyone just in case they do want something through soon. I'm going to make a note that Caster is ready. And hopefully we get a free map series. Okay, do not rush me. Hopefully we get a free map series. But once again, we are here for the Trevor project. And hopefully if anyone is feeling kind enough to donate their money, we do have a link of ! donate in the chat, which hopefully I updated my channel name correctly, which I did. But let's get it. I see just Cho'Gath on this map, and I really want to reply yes. Right, let me get into it. I'd recommend Cho'Gath. But no, I don't think we're going to see a Cho'Gath. Says, is up there. Yep, there it is. Murky's banned out. Yeah, Track 6 banned out very quickly. We do see that Junkrat banned out. Much more standard this one. I do like Junkrat in this map. He can solo camps very well. He just is annoying with trap build. You name it. I play the floating head of Gal. Maybe we'll get Trigger. That'd be funny. But we see that Hans is banned out. Possibly someone is a Hans. Track 6 to the Shadow Realm with you. No, none of your fun heroes. LXC Barista actually picks up Brightwing this time. So maybe if you're a more comfortable Brightwing player, and maybe the Lumi picking Brightwing was very much a targeted pick. And we see Blaze and Val. Ugh. That is a strong first two picks on this map. Blaze, excellent double soaker. Vala, just excellent in terms of damage. I do like the Anubrak picked up here. It can help shut down the Vala relatively effectively if you can get on top of her. Crown also picking up a really good one. Li Ming can get a lot of extra damage from the side. Goose puts in a capital D colon because they've just realized that, yeah, Vera Nubrak no longer available to them. Very unfortunate. So what are we going to see next is going to be the question, yeah? Hey, Tuna Breath, hope you're doing well today. I was trying to remember when I was in your stream the other day. I was like, why do I recognize the name Tuna Breath? You played with the Randys. You played with the Randys. I'm like, that's why I know. $10 for Towers of Doom has been called. Why invest? Fair enough. Yes, because I play with Professor Randai quite a bit, and actually he'll be in New Zealand soon enough, and I'm endeavoring to catch up with him while he's in New Zealand, because it'll be the first time I actually get to meet one of these online people in person, which should be hella exciting. But I should really talk about the draft, shouldn't I? We do see that Sonya's being banned out, so Track 6 is very much banned out this game. She is very much going to have to find another interesting one to pick up. We can see that it was Stukov and Sonya banned out. We can also see Murid and Valstad picked up. Rounding out things with Cassia and Zul, so I imagine we're going to see a swap around there. And we will see Lumi picking last. Which, Lumi will be on healer from this time. Yeah, Randy's lovely. So I do very much hope I can catch up with him while he's in my country. Because he's like, I'm not going to do it anymore. Root Big Ivy and I are teammates for 7 rings, and we found out we live 30 minutes. Hell yeah! That's actually, I love that. Oh, that's so loud to me. That's so loud in my ears. Ow. But yes, thank you, Melchior, for donating. That donation does get up a little, but we see Adwin rounding figures out, so just a healer swap at the end. We can't, so healers swap teams between the maps. But yes, we can see Cassia. Wait, hold up. Hocus of Cassia. Trax is now on a Nubrak. Alva's staying Zul. Thank you for donating Strike Kill for $10 to the Trevor project. And we can see very much not any swaps on the other side. So relatively standard things are happening. Trax, you're a noob. Things are getting loud. Let's swap it on over to me again. Yes. But yeah, it's always lovely to hear when people realize they're closer to each other than they think, and they can actually catch up with each other. I wish I could have that moment, but I'm like, if you happen to be in New Zealand, sure, I could catch up with you. But I can guarantee most people that I know in NGS and any kind of a hot spaces are not in New Zealand. Very unlikely, but we are getting into the game, so let me swap it on over into it. So bear with me as I get this rolling. So, on the side of Pina Colada, we do have Support Killer on Vivala, as Machad is on Blaze. Goost is on the Muradin, who just jumps over a wall for fun. Tessidus is on Falstad and Lumi. Edwin. On the other side, we do have Lieutenant Barista on the Brightwing. Hoku is on Cassia. Traxix is on Anubrak. Crown, which I found out is how they say their name apparently, is on the Li Ming. And Alva rounding things out on the Zul. I do like Zul. This is probably one of his best maps. Can get decent push. Wave clears really well. But there's always something about Blaze. Blaze is such a good one as well. Blaze is one of my favorite heroes to play currently, because as much as I like to say I'm a healer main, I very much have been made an offlane player. It's Crown or Ivy. Oh, okay, Crown or Ivy. Cool. That makes things so much easier for me, considering you know who they are. I had no clue. I'm going to go by Crown because I'm never going to remember Ivy after this, but thank you for telling me either way. Greatly appreciate it. We can see the rotations coming on down as we get to the... We're just going to run bottom lane. Muradin actually slowing down 3 of them, taking a lot of damage to efforts. We see Lumi pulling Goose out. I don't know if Goose had jumped left. And Crown unfortunately didn't quite find the dome to fall to the ground. Orb to the crown? Orb to the dome. I don't know. I was trying to make a joke and did not work out at all. Anyway, we can see we are getting into ARAM mode. And the offlaners... Yeah. They're doing the offlane thing that does happen on this map. You are signing up for that when you come to this map. You know it's going to be your double rotating. And really, that's all you're going to be doing for most of the map. Things to note, we do see that it is going to be Vala going Creed of a Hunter. So they are auto-attack build. We can see that Falstad once again is Gathering Storm. Aggressive Orb hitting Tessidus for a full combo. Ow. Unfortunately not quite getting the damage. Full. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if they had a Q charge, but once we get to level 16 that absolutely kills. This is not quite yet. We're not quite there at the damage thing, but it looks like we may be going Calamity build on their part. Also know that Cassia is Q build, so we may have a little bit of struggle getting through the front line of the team. You don't really have that percent damage to rely on. You're just going to have to hope for you get scaled enough to actually go through. But this is one of those maps that can go later if you do get that. Unless you get 40-0'd. I think the last I've ever done this map was like 9 minutes 58. No, it can't have been. Maybe it was like low 10s. Oh, I can't remember. Nice root there. Crown unfortunately finding a bunch of minions. It does get hit by Goose's hammer, but will not get killed for it. Orb coming through. Goose taking a decent amount. Traxix just going, taking a little bit too much. Yep. Crown needs to back up like 10 seconds ago. It's very unfortunate. She may be a little late to the objective, but she's going to do it right. And I should note whenever I do refer to things as she is here, because I realized Root Beer Guy has said Crown goes by, he has called Crown a he in chat. I very much just go off what the heroes are. Unless I do know them personally, like I have talked tracks to her, because I know who she is. Tessis, Lumi, both getting turned. Hoku says, no, you're both going to be blind. Ooh, Traxxas goes for the dive on the Smart Kill. Smart Kill a little bit too far away. We can see it is going to be a trade of ejections top. And this is going to be a just back out. Traxxas taking so much. Does pop the W. Goose jumps in. Ooh, that was brave by the Goose. I thought the Goose was cooked. But no, they are going to live a little bit longer. And we do see the step in. Brightwing does get the interrupt on it. As we do see, it's going to be that. Not quite the stun build this time. Oh, Goose! Taking a lot does jump out. Asmachad, however, is here now. Trying to make sure Traxxas doesn't escape. You can see they're trying their best to. Asmachad chasing him around. But no, cannot get the kill. Phase shift coming up. topping up Tessus. Alva, however, will be the one going down in the process. Goose living. Oh, Smart Killer, that's not where you want to be. Can they get the stack? No, the Q of Hoku misses. No, they do not get the Gambit stack of Vala. Vala barely escaped with her life, and that's very unfortunate. You could not get the kill on Smart Killer there, but you at least got the shots onto the keep itself, onto the core itself, so that makes it 36-32 in favor of Midori Sour, which, man, if it wasn't, you know, 7 AM, and if I didn't, you know, have a concussion. Oh. Tech issues. If I didn't have either of those things, I would absolutely be, having a drink of my own, because I have a whole liquor shelf next to me. Oh, I think we're good. Okay, we're good. I was about to change it back over to me, but no, apparently, you guys don't get to see my face for a little bit longer. Right. Let me count you in, everyone. I've accidentally typed the worst word possible. I can't even now. Oh, this is why you should not give it to me. As we are getting back into it after all that, we are going to be back in the game. At least we didn't hit Sen low. Yeah, no. I'm tired. So let me just go in out that very small section later. But no. Oh, nice catch on Goose in mid-air, but not quite what you needed. Pull is down, and with Leap being used, very unfortunate. But Lumi just... Okay, now I'm offended. I'm not Australian. If I... Oh my god, I would not be doing this if I was in Australia. It would be actually like 5 AM starting this, and I would be tired. So I know that would be like Plasty, absolute trooper. I think it was like 3 AM start time for her, 4 AM start time for her. I'm like, man, I do not know how he does that. But no, I'm not actually offended. I like feigning offense just because it is a bit funny to me. Seeing people go, oh no, I've made it. I've said the worst thing possible, but no, it is fine. Drax is going to be back on up, taking a lot of damage. Oh, nice double root by Lumi there. And look, no worries, Root Bigger. I am very much just teasing you more than anything. I do not mean to offend you. If I have, I'm sorry. But no, we can see it is going to be Lumi back on up. And we have 10s coming through earlier from the side of Pina Colada. They are about a whole level ahead. Unless they get a kill here, which Goose is taking a lot of damage. But Traxxas even more goes down. Smart Killer taking a little bit of damage from Calamity. Crown blinks out. Does get stunned. That'll be it for them. No counter kill, however. Goose is so low, but yet so far from dying. You can see that Muradin now does have... This guy get called American all the time. Feel your pain. Fair enough. But no, Goose then has that passive going up, and literally they're nearly dead. Not even 10-15 seconds ago, they are nearly back to full at this point. As I do believe they are third wind. Yeah, they are indeed third wind. Ah! I'm waking up now. Let's go. So we do see that it's going to be even turns shots now. 10s are available for this side of Pina Colada. We can see it is going to be Muradin going Avatar, Bunker Blaze, Rain of Insavala, the Gust, Fell Start, and rounding things out is going to be Light Bomb on Anduin. So very much standard array of things. You don't quite want to take this fight yet if you are the side of Midori Sao. You want to be patient. Never mind, they're taking the fight. Nice Gust from Tessidus. They did at least get out, but Smart Killer was so close to dying once again. But the peels come through, and now we can see the 10s available. We do see it's Kakuna, Nubrak, Repulsion on the Leeming. Interesting. Valkyrie on the Cassia. Not often you do see it, but I do like to see it. A little bit less damage to Ball Lightning, but if you get the pull on someone, they should be dead. Things to note is we do have Blink Heal Brightwing and Skeletal Mages? Yeah, Skeletal Mages on Zul. I kind of want to play D4 now. I don't play Necromancer, but I do kind of want to play D4. Damage coming out from Crown. Elva sitting just above. You guys kind of need to pull the trigger if you're going to do this. You need to do it now. Also, Smart Killer has been doing this camp by himself the whole time. Traxxas has sniffed it out. Skeletal Mage is being dropped. There's the dive. Traxxas didn't quite get on there in time. Nice double stun backline, but as a chance we see the cleanse coming out. Lewis Lumi going down first. Anduin is dead. However, Traxxas is traded out. They did manage to cocoon Tessidus in the meantime, and that is Tessidus rolling in, gusting, and now this is a very unfavorable fight. And we've kind of returned to how it worked last game, where you may get 1 kill, but the rest of them go down relatively quick, because we do see 3-4 kills. Crown dodges the charge, keeps rolling down. Well, Asmachad did try to get the stun kill onto them, but didn't quite do it. We can see that there's going to be a potential 8 shots coming in. Crown actually kills Tessidus in the meantime. Asmachad doesn't quite hit the start. I feel like that was a very fast sapper. Apparently not. Asmachad did not get the stun there, but they did at least get the kill onto Tessidus, so while it is not ideal, at least there was a little bit of balancing it out. Traxxas steps onto wherever the objective will be. That's a lot of damage coming in for Goose. Unfortunately, Traxxas didn't quite find the burrowing charge, and that is going to be the cap, at least found, however, by the side of Midori South. Oh, Blaze is in trouble. Oh, the slowing oil. Oh, that is going to be a stun, double stun. That is Asmachad taking a lot of damage, and that is a Valkyrie hitting them right at the edge. And that is them going down. Best about for comeback, absolutely. Dows a comeback. It is often. Oh, Tessidus gets told go away by Crown. And this is what things need to do. You need to interrupt that off lane. You need to interrupt the Asmachad. The Asmachad? They need to interrupt Asmachad trying their best to do their thing and slowing down the stock that comes in. Hoku has left the game on accident. I imagine we may see a pause coming out in a few moments. PP? Oh, they're right back. Okay, good. What do you mean they can't pause? Oh my gosh. Why am I getting... I want both teams... Okay. So I get sick of it. Right, we are getting back into it. But I'm not liking this trend of just being yelled at but through line. But no, we are going to get back into it now. Sorry about the technical issues once again. Forgot the cast want to get back. Well, more of the problem is I need to make sure both teams are in fact ready. I don't want to just say one team ready, then counter in and go. Just to make sure, but we are going to see that it's going to be a good zoning as they do get 4 more shots into the keep. Right. Oh, nice. Triple stun by Traxxas. Oh, dove wrong target. Goose does get at least a double stun with that light bomb, however, from Lumi. But that is going to be them forced to back up. Smart Killer back to full. Pool coming out does not quite find anything, unfortunate for Hoku. Lumi stepping up. Nice double root. Every time I see that happen, I'm like, Lumi's getting a bit aggressive again. That's a nice double stun. Goose has to pop via Avatar. But this is the aggression that's needed from Midori South. There goes Gust from Tessidus. And that is a good interrupt there onto Goose's jump. Traxxas does somehow hit the spikes on them. Let's ignore that the fact the dwarf is in the air and you're somehow getting hit by ground spikes. There must be rather large spikes. But that does at least stop Goose mid-jump, stopping their engage. And now we can see Elva down here, and we can see Blaze also in the backline, and they've realized it. Yep, there it is. Polymorph coming out. Dive target hitting it. Hoku, however, was abandoned a little bit. The Skeletal Mages, nope, does not save him in the end, unfortunately. Asmachad drops Bunker right as they're about to get full comboed, actually. Beerista does jump back up, and we can see that it's going to be the Anubrak going down. The rest of the team, however, has escaped. And they will be fine. And unfortunately, that is when objectives are going to be called, and we may just see it is going to be a full conversion here. Ooh, Crown coming in from the back. I don't think they can stop this building going down. Lumi taking a lot, but no, that was a good route. And unfortunately, that's not quite where you want to be if you're Li Ming. And that is another kill onto them. And that is actually really late into the thing. I don't think you need... You didn't need to be... Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize top building was converted over. But yeah, there is a lot going on for the team. Midori Sour is looking a little bit rough at this point in time. They need to really get on their own objective to make sure they're not taking 18 shots here, sorry. Ooh, that is a good volley of 12 at least into Vimbo. And that is, they're going to need to really open this up. Zul's working on it. Zul's honestly one of the better ones for it, as they do have those minions pushed in with as well. They do convert it back. And we can see here they are that Q hybrid build of trait. Trax is taking a lot, does get Gus away. That's 1, 2, 3 extra shots going into the core. Right, things are going to be forced to back up. Oh, they're just soft sieging. Very much they can't fully step in, and they realize they need to go elsewhere because Blaze is getting a little bit too much done on the map while they're all trying to go here. And we need to see, realistically, Zul needs to stay elsewhere. They can't have Zul down here the whole time. But they also can't overcommit to what Blaze is doing. They need to get this building back because this really is the building that controls the entire lane. Pull coming out from Hoku doesn't quite find anything. Unfortunately, Valkyrie didn't quite get its target. Smart Killer being forced around the corner. It does have to back up behind the building. You can see that they're trying their best to siege this in, and they're running out of time, unfortunately. Not maybe they will get. I don't know if they do get it back in time, actually. Esma Chad has come on down. Crown has found them. Oh, nice repulsion. However, did not quite stop the charge. So you can see that's one going down. Nice stun onto the second one. Really, what Crown needs to do here is now interrupt rotation. If you just throw a well-placed orb here, you can stop them. Go, Crown. Do it. Stop them. Crown, stop them. Crown, stop them. Yeah! Crown now may be in trouble, however. Gust coming out onto Elva. I didn't think Gust would be used like that. Skeleton Mage being dropped. Oh, that is an excellent double kill. Oh, well, yep. Lumi lives. Well, Lumi realizes they cannot stay here for longer. Elva barely holding on. Pull coming on out. Li Ming wants blood. Oh, the stun falling just short from Goose, and unfortunately that may be the end of Goose. Nope, Lumi has second pull available and does have to do it to pull them out. And just like that, what could have been good objective for, or an ending objective for the side of, I'm forgetting names again, Pina Colada, didn't quite work out that way. They did lose two heroes like that. Oh, Root hitting Crown. Light Bomb onto Muradin. And that is Cocoon being used onto Anduin. I don't know if they killed Goose in time. They do not. 40, oh, there we go. There's Calamity. Yep. I forget Calamity exists. But yeah, that's a, that's an effective fight there from the side of Midori Sour. So Pina Colada does now look to be a little bit reeling from this, a little bit on the back foot. Not quite fully, because they do still have pretty good map control. Esmachad is still absolutely pushing it in. But I do like the option of taking boss off the map now, in case you do have that situation come up where, yeah, at the current point in time, they are taking 5 shots to core, so boss would be an end. We can see that this building's taking at least a decent amount. Elva backs up, does help clear this wave out. Brightwing, unfortunately, trying their best to clear the bottom lane, does not have the best for it, but they should be able to do it by the time the objective comes up. Hoku, you need to stay oh no, it's Elva, not Hoku. I just saw Hoku doing offlane last time we played, last time GGS happened, but Elva is very much trying to make sure that this top fort stays in their favor, so they need to stay a little bit longer, but they will get it done. Right, we're setting up again. Hoku hiding in a bush. You can see Crown and Traxix keeping an eye on the actual midpoint itself. Blaze very much wanted top building, but realized they have waited long enough. Oh, Li Ming does actually get that repulsion in and does stop things. Goose misses a hammer. Very unfortunate. And Smart Killer, oh, is going to get peeled for quite heavily. Goose jumped into the orb so it wouldn't hit the backline. Esmachad is here now. Does pop the trait, but that is a lot of damage coming on in. That's going to be Anduin going down first, so we see double trade there. Actually, not Hogger. Blaze died. Nope, 2 tanks. That's a good fight. I'm forgetting heroes' names. We do see that it was Muradin, Blaze, and Anduin going down all while Nubrak was down on the other side. We did see Windtone coming up. We actually see a lot coming up there, but that is now going to be Pina Colada on the back, truly on the back foot this time. Midori Sour has taken over, and they're now looking at starting to cap the buildings of Midori. So yeah, Crown is absolutely popping off at this point, but that is what you need from Crown. And I believe actually we're quite scaled onto the... We're starting to get quite scaled on by Hoku now. We can see we're at 62 stacks of the Q at level 1. It's not the most stack because, well, more often than not, you do see... I see a lot of her in ARAM, I guess. I play ARAM more often than not. We can see the building goes down. Elva is forcing people back. And that is going to be VM pushing on to the wave. Ooh, I do like the camp take. So if they can get these free shots into the core, that puts very much a lethal range on the map, especially because it's only one objective coming up. So you really want to keep the buildings you have, albeit this one falls soon enough. I imagine this is where Blaze goes. But it looks like we are going to be getting another team fight. I can close this. That's not necessary. Zoom all the way out just to see what's happening before we come back on in. That one stepper, very overzealous compared to rest there first. Well, Lumi pushed into an awkward spot, but no, nothing to follow it up. Paul coming out does find Goose. Do we see a double stun? That is a lot of damage coming in. Blaze getting a nice stun onto Crown, but that is cleansed. That is going to be Felstar going out first. Your Gust is no longer available. Light Bomb is, however, we see Vala is going to be one stuck in Cocoon. Anduin actually gets the stun onto Li Ming, and that is a lot of the damage gone. Lieutenant Barista goes down now. We do see now it's going to have to be a backup. Hoku gets jumped on. Goose, however, does not hit the hammer onto them. Traxxas Fool gets stunned as well as Elvin. We see that's a double kill, and that may just be an end at this point. Hoku running away. Goose very much wants it. Q. Oh no, Hoku. Nope, you can't mount like that, unfortunately, Hoku. Sorry to say. Jump coming out, instant mount just for a little bit of space. Nope, that's them going down to the end. That is a good chain of kills for Pina Colada. Unfortunately for Midori Sao, they really need, it does feel like they very much needed Li Ming alive. Without that, there wasn't quite that reset, that murder. A little bit early on that. I would have waited until both buildings were converted, because you have a... Oh, wait, there's about to be a 6 cap, never mind. I still would have waited a little bit. 1, 2, 3. And this is set up to be number 6, I guess. And you see Felstar working way up there. Li Ming is here. Q from Tessidus is not quite... Oh, Tessidus rolls in knowing that even if they die here, it will be at least the death of the enemy team. We can see the shots have started. It was Wind Tunnel, sure. The Wind Tunnel used, sure, but that is more than necessary. That's all that you need, as we do see these shots starting to pile on in. Oh, that is going to be Zul going down. Traxxas soon to follow. Gets stunned out. We do see an orb coming in. Barista goes down to the end. Goose jumped in, wanting it. These sappers below even now are just brutal. Oh, Anduin dies. Oh. They all die knowing that it is going to be the end anyway. GG called. And that will be the map. And the series. Going over the side of Pina Colada. GG to the team. Right, let's swap it on over. As the game keeps tabbing me back in, even though I don't want to. Yep, so this was just a best of 3. And we can see that I've messed up my streaming system. We can see that it was in the end going over to the side of Pina Colada. They did take it 2-0. Well, I'll talk about that map before we talk about series in general. Blaze absolutely doing a lot of work. 201,000 Siege compared to 148,000 from Zul. And we can see in terms of Sokfo is still pretty close. 29,000 from Blaze, 25,000 from Zul. Hero damage, we can see Li Ming was actually popping off by the end. 120,000, the highest in the game. The next closest being 72,000 from Vala, so quite a significant margin, which very much meant that once the Vala went down, once Li Ming went down, that was a unfortunately big portion of damage going through. Hoku's still actually getting quite stacked by the end. We see that she was in 50,000 range ahead of Felstar on his. In terms of healing numbers, 93,000, Brightwing, 79,000, Anduin. So relatively close there as well. In terms of talents, let's have a look. The Lemon Bus, I don't like this. I don't like this joke anymore. But yes, I guess I will have a sour alter ego called the Lemon Bus from now on. I guess that's where that one's going. But anyway, let's have a quick look at talents. Everything here relatively standard across the board. We have Auto Vala, Q-Build, Felstar. Interesting, we see the Lightwell from Anduin. Not often you do see it. It did work out, I suppose. But more often than not, I don't know if it is necessarily efficient in a lot of ways. But hey, it did work for Lumi, so who am I to judge? The caster is the answer. Otherwise, I do like everything else that's working on here. I do wonder if you're Cassia, do you need the percent damage? That's probably like my one big question that I was asking myself this series. The answer was no, it wasn't in the end. But I do think Cassia maybe needed to be a little bit more stacked. But unfortunately, it was quite a hard one to go into, because if she steps up, she kind of just died sometimes. And GG says, Desidus, welcome Desidus. Very good stuff by you too. Excellent series. So yeah, let me swap it back to my face and just give you a reminder what we're all here for today. As I forgot to turn on my other light, which would have made things probably a little bit easier to see, as I wouldn't have just been backlit like I am now. So, we once again are here today, as it is going to be for GGS and the Trevor Project. Trevor Project being an a suicide prevention help thing for LGBT youth. Unfortunately, this is not really a thing in my country. I'm in New Zealand, for those of you who don't know me, and it does make things a little bit less easy to like find these services. So knowing that things like this are out there definitely makes a world of difference. You can donate below. There's a link to do so. And yeah, it is very much I think it's good that there are things out there like this. It does make me happy knowing that there are things that are here to help out and make sure that people are going to be fine. Thank you for following Desidus. Thank you for following Goose, by the way. Greatly appreciate both of you. Because I can, there are stories that I can tell about this that are maybe a little bit too close to home for me, so I will have to hold back. I don't want to be one of the first times I'm casting on camera on my own stream be one where I cry. As some may like to see that, no, I've been crying a lot recently, but mainly because I've been watching a lot of sad movies for some reason, being a lot emotional. But no, that will be it for my channel at least. What will be happening is the rest of the streams will kind of be funneling into Plasticene's channel, as I should really start the raid onto her, shouldn't I? But yes, the rest of us should be going on over to Plasticene's channel, so I'll be starting that raid soon. So once again, it is all in support of her, the Trevor Project. So please, anyone, donate if you can. If you can't, your time is more than valuable enough to kind of make sure things are seen. So to everyone chat, greatly appreciate you being here this evening. And to Pina Colada, good luck in the next round. I will be back casting you after the top bracket is done. Midori Sour, you did have moments of brilliance. Unfortunately, it just wasn't quite your day, but you can still hold your head saying, hey, we did it today. We got here. But yes, thank you everyone for coming in. I may stream later after I broke my bank account last year. That's fine, Goose. You don't have to donate again. But yes, I may be back later to actually play Heroes of Storm and such. But I will be casting at least on Plasticene's channel later. And Goose, love you too. Take care, everyone. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your day. Or evening, I guess, because it's already getting later for you. Bye for now, at least.